Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are finally starting back up with the What I Wore series. It has been quite a long time since I filmed the last one, so I decided to go ahead and do 2 months in a row in this sort of catch-up video. These will be polishes that I've worn for June or July, and then hopefully I can keep this rolling through August and the rest of the year. So we have a lot to look at. I wore quite a few manis. I haven't even counted them really, but let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I wore 20 manicures for June and July combined, so that's about 10 manis per month, which I think is pretty decent. That's like what, changing your polish every 3 days or so. But we've got a lot to look at, so let's go ahead and jump in. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Caroline and I love to talk about nail polish. So let's go ahead and jump into what I wore. The first mani was actually these 2 polishes for June, All Mixed Up Lacquer and Paint It Pretty. The All Mixed Up Lacquer is called Slushy Wasted and the Paint It Pretty is Take Me Away from Polish Pickup. Both of these were absolutely gorgeous polishes. I loved wearing them. Slushy Wasted was one that I got, I think maybe on Christmas in July doorbuster. I don't think that's when I got it. I think it may have been released as a doorbuster, but I'm pretty sure I got it on her website after the fact. Like, I remember vaguely adding it to my cart on her website with other things. So I'm not too sure about that, but I'm really glad I have it. This type of polish I usually get in a Crelly formulation. This is a little bit more on the squishy side, but it has those really fun flakies that I absolutely adore in nail polish. This also has a bunch of other types of flakies, so not just the multi-chrome that I really like. It has some holographic bits in there, plus a shimmer. The base itself is an off-white, and you have all different kinds of color in those flakies, the metallic, the multi-chrome. This was a very fun polish to wear. I really enjoyed it. And then in that same mani, I did a few nails in Paint It Pretty's Take Me Away. This was released in Polish Pickup, and actually this past July was available again for Rewind. It's in my top polishes for the year. It's absolutely stunning. It has so many beautiful shifts. It's got this amazing jewel tone base. You have shimmer galore. It's just beautiful. I could not get enough of this when it was on my nails. Look at that amazing orangey glow you have with the gold up there. Yeah. This one is in my tops. Like I said, it's one of my favorites for sure. So these 2 were my first mani for June. Next up, I wore Cupcake Polish, Laluvia. This is another stunningly beautiful shifty polish. You have a vibrant purple base, absolutely loaded with a larger glass fleck type shimmer particle. You see shifts between green, red, and gold. A little bit of aqua or turquoise as well towards the extreme edges of the nail or bottle. This one, I actually don't remember if I did 3 coats on its own or if I wore an undie. I have been using the Cupcake Polish VNL Blur for a lot of my shearer polishes, and it has been working amazingly well for me. So I don't remember if I used it for this or not. I think I only posted that I used it once on my Instagram for this one mani right here, and that was because I was amazed. I only used 1 coat of each, but we'll get there eventually. Point being is I'm not really sure if I used an undie on this one, but it was beautiful and shifty. So that was Cupcake Polish, Laluvia. We are sticking with our shifters. The next one that I wore was Bee's Knees Lacquer Act of Wrath. This one came out in the Lore Olympus collection. This one was beautifully shifty. This is a little outside my wheelhouse because this is a red leaning fuchsia pink, but I really liked it on. It has a squishy formula, absolutely jam-packed with this shifting shimmer. Look at that blue pop up and the fuchsia. You've got different shades of aqua and green, purple, blue. I mean, it all depends on the angle, how many coats you use, and lighting. It's a beautiful polish, and I knew I would like it because it was Bee's Knees. So that one was Act of Wrath. And then I decided to stick with my pinks. The next mani that I wore was this duo here. I used Color Club's Be Mine and Paint It Pretty as a topper on one nail, Breath of Fresh Air. So first we'll talk about the Color Club. This one is a scented polish, and it was very scented. If you are sensitive to scents, I would definitely skip this one or try to do a very thick unscented top coat over it to try to combat the scent. Even for myself, who's not necessarily prone to being sensitive to scents, could definitely tell I had a scent on my nails, and I noticed it mostly when I was trying to sleep, and I have my hands close to my face usually when I'm sleeping, and it was very, very strong. But let's go on to the color. The color of this was really, really gorgeous. It is a squishy formula, somewhat of a jelly. It does dry down semi-matte. I think I did a top coat, although I could be mistaken on that. But what I really did enjoy about this was the squishy factor. I thought it looked amazing on the nails. I'm kind of particular about when I have a squishy color on my nails, but I'm noticing that I really like deeper tones like this. So like purples and hot pinks and even reds on my nails squishy. I really, really like them. So yeah, I was really happy with this one. I really liked the color. This one though was a stainer. Majorly stained, and I'm not usually prone to staining, but I have noticed over the course of wearing quite a few of these hotter bright pinks, they all have stained my nails. So we'll get to each one of them as we go. But yeah, I guess I found my nails weakness, and it is pink polish. So that one was Color Club's Be Mine. And then as an accent nail topper, I used Paint It Pretty's Breath of Fresh Air. This is another polish pickup. This time it came out in August 2021. Actually, I don't think I said when this one came out. This one was originally March of 2022. This one is a really beautiful topper. I have been really enjoying wearing it on a number of different manicures. I tend to pull this one out quite frequently because it is just such a beautiful chameleon. You have purples, blues, golds, greens, all the different shades in the shimmer base and in those amazing flakies. This one looked amazing over this color. I thought it looked really, really good. Like I said, I have been enjoying wearing this over a lot of different colors as well. You can see a bit of orange popping up there, I think, in the shimmer. This was one that I saw Caitlin swatch on her channel, and it just had my jaw on the floor, so I had to get it. And I'm very glad that I have it in my collection. So that was Paint It Pretty Polish, Breath of Fresh Air. The next mani was also a duo of polishes that I wore, this time in a Skittles type mani. First up was Wildflower Lacquer, Arctic Passage, and the second one was Berry M's Socialite. So Arctic Passage from Wildflower Lacquer was a fairly new release. I believe this one came out in May PPU for 2022. It was a very, very popular polish, and for good reason. I mean, look at that amazing shimmer pop-up. You've got that glow within a glow, and it is a magnetic. Let's see what it looks like magnetized in the bottle. You sort of darken up that base and have that aqua pull up into the magnetic line, and you still get that amazing glow with purples and pinks. This is another one that is in my top picks so far for the year. I will attempt to whittle it down at the end of the year to 20 or 22 polishes. I have yet to decide, but this is in that pile and most likely will stay there. This one was very fun to wear and was an absolute gorgeous polish. As you can see, you've got those really beautiful shifts from red to orange and gold at the edges of the bottle. And then, of course, that amazing shade of Arctic Icy, aqua, turquoise, blue. It's all there. It's really amazing and stunning. So that one was Wildflower Lacquer's Arctic Passage. And then next up was Berry M. This one's Skittled. This one does have a pretty squishy base. It is a glitter bomb. It's a beautiful tone of pink. I think this is one of the few pinks that did not stain me. You have shimmer as well, and there's also Holo. Look at all the twinkles. This was another one that was really fun on the nails. I think the only reason why it didn't really make it to my top picks for the year is because there are just so many other amazing polishes that I've worn so far this year, but this was really fun to wear and I will definitely be wearing it again. So that was Barry M's Socialite. Next up, I wore another Bee's Knees lacquer, this time in a holographic formulation. This was Creepy Paper. This came out in the What We Do in the Shadows 2 collection. This was another absolutely gorgeous polish, no surprise there. Look at the holo on this thing. It is a beautiful tone of purple, chock full of holo. You had a beautiful rainbow on the nails, and of course this tone of purple was just absolutely gorgeous, very juicy, a bit dark, but still bright enough to be a summer color. So really enjoyed this one. I think this one might be in my tops as well. I'm gonna have a hard time narrowing down my top picks for this year. So this was Bee's Knees Lacquer Creepy Paper. The next manicure that I wore was also a duo. This time it was worn as a base and a topper. So the first color that I wore as the base was Moonshine Mayonaise. Be excellent to each other. This one came out in July 2020 for Polish Pickup a Rewind. I believe I got this through her website as a mystery polish pickup order. So I was really happy to get this one because I had told myself I didn't need it when it was originally released on Polish Pickup, and then later on, of course, I kicked myself for not getting it, so I was able to find it through her website. It is somewhat of a random pick, though. You aren't guaranteed to get the polish that you do send in as a request, but I did end up getting the one that I wanted. And then as a topper over it, I used the Sinful Colors Sheer Matte in Cobalt Blue called Kiss of Cobalt. I had just wanted a bit of a brighter tone, be excellent to each other, while a beautiful shade ended up being a bit more of a spring or winter polish when it was on my nails. It's a beautiful light cornflower blue, absolutely loaded with flakies and holo. On the nail, it wasn't as vibrant though as I wanted it to be for a summer color, so I did end up doing a topper of this one here, and it did brighten up the color a little bit. This polish, as well as all of the other colors that came out in the same collection, are sheer, and they do dry to a matte finish. I did gloss it up though because I wanted it nice and glossy for this mani, but that was that many. Moonshine Mayonaise, Be Excellent to Each Other, and Sinful Colors, Kiss of Cobalt. The next manicure that I wore was Sassy Sauce, Spillin' Tea. This was a polish that I had had on my wish list from her for quite a while, so I finally grabbed it, and I'm really glad that I did. This one is very beautiful. Does not look as purple on the nail as it does in the bottle. I think next time I might end up trying it over something like maybe China Glaze Funky Beats. Any kind of deep purple should work nicely though. This one on the nails, as you'll see in the picture, was more of a berry tone, which was still quite beautiful. And this is another shifty polish. You have flakies that shift and you have shimmer. You've got this green to gold shift that you're predominantly seeing on screen, but in person in different lighting that does shift to an aqua. Then you have those flakies in like an aqua to green to pink. It's a gorgeous combination, and like I said, just super shifty on the nail. Every time I looked at my nails, there was another color to enjoy, and I absolutely love polishes like that. So that one was Sassy Sauce, Spillin' Tea. The next color that I wore was by Garden Path Lacquer, and it was called Those Blue Memories. I did wear it over Cupcake Polish's VNL Blur base coat, and you guys, I used one coat of each, and it was a perfect mani. I was very surprised with this one. When I swatched it on my nail swatches, I did do 2 or 3 coats, and it was on its own, and I could still see some visible nail line in certain lighting, so I thought for sure I would still need to do 2 even over a blurring base coat, but one of each, you guys, one of each, and it was perfect. So much glitter payoff in this one by Garden Path Lacquer, and so much shimmer, so many flakies. I absolutely adore this formulation from her. I would love to see this exact formulation in every single color of the rainbow. I cannot get enough of it. This one, I think, was suggested that it might be kind of a dupe to New Age Philosophy Major, so let's go ahead and do a quick little comparison. All right, so here is New Age Philosophy Major. Those Blue Memories is on the left. To my eyes, they are very different. I can see where they could look similar, but Those Blue Memories has blue glitter in it, whereas the glitters in New Age Philosophy Major are purple. Then you do have very similar flakies in both. The shimmer though, to me is also, while kind of similar, I do see a difference, and I'm not sure if that's maybe the base color or those glitters playing with the color. But there's those two side by side. To me, I'm definitely happy that I have both in my collection. I think they're absolutely stunning. And again, I just can't get enough of this formulation from her. I find them just eye candy and brain candy. They're just amazing. So that one was Garden Path Lacquer's Those Blue Memories. And then we will briefly talk about Cupcake Polish's VNL Blur because I have been really enjoying it. You can't really see it, but I do have a fill line on this, which is pretty rare in my collection. I know it's not technically a polish, and almost all of my top coats have fill lines, but the point is I have been wearing this quite a lot and really enjoying it under a lot of different circumstances. Under glitters, under shifting shimmers, it has been really nice to work with. When I'm done with this bottle, I'll definitely be getting another one because I can definitely see myself continuing to use this. So that was Cupcake Polish VNL Blur. Next up, I wore 5 different colors. That is this row here plus the Emily Tamale on the bottom row. I ended up coming back and wearing that as a full mani all on its own. But we're going to do this, let's do it in order of how I wore it. So we're going to talk about this first one here, Emily Tamale's Secret Sights. This is a really beautiful, deep, bright corally orange, absolutely loaded with shimmer. This one has another shifty formulation as well. You have orange mainly on the face of the bottle, but it does shift to like a gold and a green as well. This tone of polish was absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoyed it on my nails. Very juicy, almost like a watermelon type color. So that was what I wore on my thumbnail. Then on my pointer, I wore Rogue Lacquer's Horse C. This one originally came out in October Polish Pickup for 2021. This was another that came out this past July for Polish Pickup Rewind. Again, for good reason. This is absolutely gorgeous. You have this deep but bright blue, absolutely loaded with these beautiful flakies. This also has like a micro flaky in there. You see the teal popping up. That is a secondary component in there, and it is just a beautiful combination. So that was what I wore on my pointer. Then on my middle finger, I wore another Emily Tamale. This one was Speculation. This is in like her micro metallic flaky formula, and I absolutely love these as well. These look so amazing on the nail. I in fact was very tempted to do this as an entire mani as well, but I did it in this sort of a Skittles mani. And this one is a stunning green leaning polish. I do also have one of hers in blue. I did wear that 2 years ago at the beginning of 2020. So I was trying to keep my summer rack mostly polishes that were unworn. And this one is definitely a gorgeous color. I will be looking forward to wearing this one again. So that was Emily Tamale Speculation. Then I picked out another Rogue Lacquer. This is Sunning Games. This one came out in the Summer Advent Calendar for 2022. This is a beautiful, very fun, bright purple. This one is also loaded with flakies. You have a really beautiful Crowley formulation on this one. And this was another one that I really enjoyed on my nails as well. So that was Rogue Lacquer's Sun and Games. And then on my pinky, I wore Different Dimension, thanks a melon. And I did sort of change it up on my right hand, so both hands looked different. This is another pink that I really enjoyed wearing. This is that bright, almost neon leaning deep pink, and it is full of shifting shimmer. You can see a bit of gold and orange pop up there at the edge, with sort of a pink, at least in person, flash across the face. I think you're seeing that as a bluish purple. This is another pink that I definitely enjoyed on my nails. Like I said, I've been really enjoying my pinks. This is another one that I'm not too sure if it stained, but there was a few other pinks that definitely did stain me, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But this was another one that was really fun to wear. That was Different Dimension, thanks a melon. Next up, I wore one that I was super excited about. This is Pie Colors. It was Agatha all along. This is another one from Polish Pickup Rewind this past July. I did get this one when it originally released. I don't remember when, it's not on the sticker label, but I did get it in its original release and I was just gaga to get it. It was such a beautiful polish. The shifts on this are amazing. This is another deep purple base, absolutely loaded with these amazing shifts. You see greens and golds, oranges. It's really, really stunning. This is another one though that does have a rather sheer formulation. I think next time I wear this, I might try it with an undie underneath it and see if that might amp up the base color. But I thought that the shifts on this were just dazzling, absolutely gorgeous. I did refrain from buying myself a backup bottle, but in any case, I am enjoying this one. So that was Pie Colors. It was Agatha all along. Next up, I wore a Garden Path Lacquer. This is Good Morning Lollipop 2.0. This one came out in the Polish Pickup 5-year anniversary back in April 2022. So that month, Polish Pickup had their 5-year anniversary, and they allowed some of the original makers that had released polishes that year to come back and do basically a mini rewind of the polishes that they had released. This one has Lollipop in it because Garden Path Lacquer at the time was a Lollipop Posse lacquer. So they released this one, and this is a really beautiful polish. It is one that I didn't have previously. I didn't discover Polish Pickup until 2018, so I had missed out on a lot of really fun polishes that previously released. This is an absolutely stunning turquoise, and this is another one that I think will make it into my tops. I loved this one on the nails. It is another one that is absolutely loaded with flakies and with shifting shimmer. See that incredible pink glow that pops up? Then those flakies shift to orange and green and gold. Pinks. Just absolutely gorgeous. I'm really glad that I was able to get my hands on this. As any polish collector knows, it can be very difficult to get a hold of previously released polishes that were limited edition, so I was very thankful to have this one re-released so that I could add it to my collection. And yeah, it is an absolutely stunning, stunning color. So that was Garden Path Lacquer's Good Morning Lollipop 2.0. Next up, I wore this amazingly bright pink from Phoenix. This is called I Blow Stuff Up, and it came out in Hella Handmade Creations for December 2021. This is such a pigmented pink. It is vibrant, bright, in your face, very fun to wear, and it has a gorgeous blue glow to it that I think is actually being slightly camera shy. It's a bit more predominant in person. It is a gorgeous, larger particle size, not a flaky, but a larger shimmer. And I absolutely loved how this one looked on the nail. This one was a stainer though. I did find that it stained my nails despite using a base coat. That is one of the things I'm going to have to figure out with these colors that stain is I always wear base coat, and I was noticing it pretty consistently across the board with the pinks that they were all staining my nails. So I'll have to play around with that and maybe do a double up on a base coat for these pinks now that I'm fully aware that it's not just a fluke with one pink here or there. But yeah, this was a really, really fun vibrant pink. I definitely have been enjoying my bright pinks, and this one did not disappoint. This was hugely vibrant. So that one was a Phoenix Indie Polish I Blow Stuff Up. The next polish duo that I wore was Sephora by OPI's Mermaid to Order and Emily Tamale's Dreamscapes and Visions. On most of my nails, I wore the Sephora by OPI, and it is a stunning mermaid color. This one has loads of shifts between different shades of blue, turquoise, and aqua. I love that it has a depth to it, so on the edges of the bottle you have a deeper shade, then towards the face of the bottle you have that really beautiful shifting glow. I think you're seeing that predominantly as like a green aqua on the face of the bottle. You do get a bit of purple popping at the extreme angles, although I think on camera it might be being a bit shy. But this was another one that I really enjoyed on the nail. I've been sort of rediscovering my older polishes that I got, I think, back in the day from Big Lots. The other Sephora by OPI that I have was a reddish purple, and I'm totally forgetting the name currently. I'll try to remember to post that down there, but I have been enjoying both immensely. I really wish that I had more of these, but I think those might be the only two that I have. But in any case, this one was really enjoyable on the nails. That one was Mermaid to Order. And then the second polish that I wore with it was this Emily Tamale called Dreamscapes and Visions. This one, wow. This one has so much going on. You have this really beautiful green base, absolutely loaded with holographic glitter. Then you have a secondary component of this blue glitter. This one was definitely harder to take off. I definitely recommend a peel off base coat with this type of polish. It has been a lifesaver for me and a time saver. Definitely helps save your nails from getting ripped up trying to scrub off a glitter polish. And look at the holo in here. So sparkly. And look at that glow. You've got so much going on in this. It's just beautiful. Emily Tamale is another one of those brands that has been a favorite for many, many years. Really enjoy all of the polishes that I get from them. So this one was Emily Tamale's Dreamscapes and Visions. Then I wore another Emily Tamale. This we're not going to talk about too much because we did already go over it when I wore the Skittles mani with it. But I did do a full mani all by itself of Emily Tamale's Secret Sights. And again, really enjoyed it on my nails. This was that watermelony orange coral shade. Really, really beautiful. Next up, I wore this shade here from Supernatural Lacquer. This one is called Hydrosphere. This one came out in a Small Business Saturday back in 2018 and was a doorbuster. This one I was really excited to wear, and sadly it was a little bit disappointing on, only because of what my expectations were. This does have a green shimmer or something in it, so it is not a straight up silver holographic with flakies in it. So on my nails it leaned very green. It had that green glow to it, which most of the time I do enjoy, but on this one I was really hoping that it would be more of a straight up silver holographic with all of these really fun multi-chrome flakies in it. I will say the holographic on this was dazzling. It was really incredible, and I do love all of the multi-chrome flakies in here. It was a gorgeous combination, but this is the first one that we are going to be destashing from the What I Wore This Month. That is something that I'm going to be starting from now on, hopefully, is as I go through what I wore, I'll let you guys know if any of those that I wore the previous month are going in the destash. And this is the first one that we're going to be sending there. So that was Supernatural Lacquer's Hydrosphere. The next one is from Never Enough. This is Monster Blood. This is another one that I was really looking forward to. I had put it on at least one fall rack, and it was on my current summer rack. Really looking forward to this bright lime green, full of shimmer. This one has so much going on. Look at that beautiful glow. Sadly, this was another one that, at least on my skin tone, I really didn't enjoy at all. In fact, you'll see either upcoming or in one of the past videos, I don't remember because I am filming a lot of my content out of order from when I posted, but I am destashing this and quite a few other greens in the same limey color family of green. It is a gorgeous polish, as you can see in the bottle, but I really just didn't enjoy it on my nails. And I don't blame the polish at all. The formulation on it was great. It was just I didn't like this color tone on my skin tone. Just really wasn't a fan. So this is the second one that will be going in the destash from What I Wore for June and July. That was Never Enough's Monster Blood. The next polish that I wore was from China Glaze. This one is called Pink and Poppy. This is another one, you guys, that I really enjoyed. Like I've been saying probably ad nauseum at this point, is I've really been enjoying my bright toned pinks. This one is absolutely chock full of a larger glass fleck type shimmer, and I absolutely love it when I see this from mainstream polishes. This is definitely a type of polish that I see from indies quite a lot, but you don't see it too much from mainstream, so I was really excited to see that from China Glaze. I will say that's one of the things I really enjoy about my China Glazes is they come out with some really fun types of polishes for a mainstream. This one was part of the Trolls World Tour collection, and it does dry to a somewhat matte finish. I don't remember if I wore it glossy or with a glossy top coat and then a matte top coat over it, but the color was fantastic. Absolutely loved this one on, but again, it was a stainer on me. As I've said before, I always wear base coat. I never go without it. So I guess the base coats that I've been wearing just aren't protective enough to protect me from the stainings of these bright pinks. But I really enjoyed it on. So that was China Glaze's Pink in Poppy. Next up was, I think, the only thermal that I wore for those 2 months, June and July. This one came from Sassy Sauce and it is Mad Happy. This one is a gorgeous purple polish that shifts to a neutral pink. It is absolutely loaded with shifting shimmer and flakies. You have this beautiful red flash across the face. You also see green and gold, a little bit of aqua at certain angles. And you have all those gorgeous flakies in here as well. The tone of this polish in the cold phase I absolutely adored. I wasn't the biggest fan of it in its warm state though. I think it's because the warm state was a little bit too not there for my own personal taste, at least what I was hoping for a summer color. So I just wasn't as enthusiastic about this once I got it on my nails, sadly. So this is another one that is going in the D-stash. I know, I didn't think I would do that because it is such a beautiful color, but I just wasn't jazzed with it on, so I'm going to pass this one along to someone else that will really enjoy it because I really do need to whittle my collection down. If you guys have been keeping up with my mystery boxes, you'll know I've been getting quite a lot of incoming polish. I need to have some going out. So that one was Sassy Sauce Mad Happy, I think our third polish that's going in the D-stash. Next up is another Emily Tamale. This one is called Turning Tides. This was another polish that I really enjoyed on the nails. This is a really unique formulation. You have the aqua base loaded with shifting shimmer that goes from red to green to gold, and then you have these silver glitters that layer up so beautifully with the base, so you get this pond effect on the silver glitters. This one, like I said, was just absolutely gorgeous. I really liked how this looked on. You can see that really bright greenish gold all the way to the nice green up there at the edge of the bottle. Very unique to my collection. So that one was Emily Tamale's Turning Tides. So there you have it. That was what I wore for June and July for 2022. Kind of a lot of polish, I think. Let me know down below which polishes you've been enjoying for the past couple of months. And if you're looking forward to fall, because as much as I've been enjoying my summer colors, I'm already looking forward to my beautiful fall shades. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in that next one.